Welcome to The Explainer. You know that simple FM radio in your car? The one that's a daily companion for millions? Well, it might be on the verge of a massive, and I mean massive, game-changing upgrade. So what's all the fuss about? Well, the government is pushing for a complete shift from the analog radio we all know and use to something totally digital. It's a huge story about technology, sure, but it's also about the future of broadcasting and what you'll be listening to on your commute for years to come. All right, first things first, let's set the scene with the analog reality we're living in right now. And make no mistake, traditional FM radio is still an absolute giant in India's media world. I mean, it is everywhere. Just to put a number on it, as of mid-2025, we're talking about 388 private FM radio stations broadcasting across 113 cities. And that doesn't even include the massive public network of All India Radio. So yeah, it's a medium with just incredible reach. But, and this is a big but, here's the core problem. Even with that huge audience, the industry is really struggling financially. Ad revenues took a massive nosedive during the pandemic, and as you can see from this chart, they still haven't climbed back to that pre-pandemic peak. The business of radio is under some serious pressure. So what's the solution to get things moving again? Well, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, or TRAI, is championing a massive technological leap forward. The big idea? The digital upgrade. Okay, so what does digital radio actually mean? It's easy to think it's just about better sound quality, but it's so much more than that. It's a fundamental change in how radio signals are sent and received, and it unlocks a whole new level of efficiency and capability. And this slide right here, this shows you the core difference. It's all about efficiency. Think of it like this. Today's analog world is like a single-lane road. One frequency gets you one channel. But with digital technology, you can turn that same road into a 3- or 4-lane highway, packing 3 to 4 different channels onto that very same frequency. And that efficiency has all these amazing ripple effects. We're talking about static-free, crystal-clear audio. Way more programs for you to choose from. For the broadcasters, it's actually cheaper because it uses less power. Plus, it opens the door for cool things like sending text data so you can see song titles on your screen. And this is the big one, it creates the infrastructure for a really robust emergency warning system. Now, this all sounds great, right? But before India can flip the switch, there's a huge decision that has to be made. The country is basically at a crossroads, and it has to choose a single, unified technology standard for everyone to build around. And TRAI has been very, very clear on this. Picking one standard is absolutely essential. It avoids a messy format war, it prevents confusion in the market, and ultimately, it helps keep the cost of new radios down for all of us. The two main contenders on the table are HD radio and DRM. So let's break them down. You've got HD radio, which is a proprietary American technology. It's used a lot in North America. On the other hand, there's Digital Radio Mondiale, or DRM. Now, DRM is an open standard, which means no licensing fees. It's also more efficient with its use of the airwaves. And, this is a key detail, All India Radio is already using it for its AM network. So, while that big tech decision is still pending, you're probably wondering how on earth you manage a transition this enormous for a whole country. Well, TRAI has actually laid out a very clear step-by-step roadmap. The most important part here is the phased approach, especially step 3. They plan to have a simulcast period. This is absolutely crucial. It means for a while, they'll broadcast both the old analog and the new digital signals at the same time. This ensures that the millions of radios out there don't just go silent overnight. It gives everyone, broadcasters and listeners, time to adapt. Okay, we've gone through a lot of the technical stuff. Let's boil it all down. What does this massive digital switch actually mean for you, the listener, when you get in your car and turn that dial? I can sum it up in one word: choice. A massive, unprecedented explosion of choice. Take a major city like Delhi. Today, it might have about 9 private FM stations. In a digital future, that could jump to over 50. 50! That means more niche music, more news, more talk radio, just a much richer, more diverse audio world. But of course, you knew there had to be a catch, right? And here it is. To tune into this new world of digital radio, your current analog FM receiver won't work. You're going to need a new digital-ready radio. The government's plan is to strongly encourage car and phone manufacturers to start building these digital receivers right into new products to make the transition as smooth as possible for everyone. So, this digital revolution really promises to reshape India's airwaves, offering more variety and higher quality than ever before. The ultimate question, though, is with all these new options on the table, are listeners ready to make the switch and tune in? And that's our explainer for today.